Welcome in, everyone. JJ Sylvia, along with my cousin Carter Sylvia, for tonight's game. An SCC matchup between the Somerset Berkley Raiders and the Greater New Bedford Voc Tech Bears. And Carter, a tale of two teams going into this one. We have Somerset coming off a victory against Durfee, and New Bedford Voc coming up a loss to Fairhaven. How are we looking tonight going into this matchup?
I mean, Somerset's maybe the clear favorites of this game, but this is a rivalry game. You never know what could happen.
Rivalry games can always pose some really big opportunities for big plays to happen and big players to make those big plays. Carter, let's talk about some of those players we might want to watch for Somerset Berkley first and then New Bedford Voc.
Definitely number 2, Finn Bjork, a special player, both sides of the ball, DN, tight end. Get sacks, get tackles, catch the ball. They put him in at running back for carries. He's quite an astonishing player.
And as we look at New Bedford Voc Tech, they've got a hefty lefty quarterback in there that's going to hopefully lead them to a road victory today.
Yeah, Nick Boucher, athletic, good arm. He's a solid quarterback. He's going to have to step up big for his team today. I mean, this Somerset defense is no slouch.
A beautiful backdrop of Somerset Berkley Regional High School, but the only thing more beautiful than that is the sunset we have this evening. We're going to head out to the field and catch the pregame festivities, and we'll be right back with you here on Somerset Access.
The Memorial Field for tonight's high school football contest between the visiting Greater New Bedford Bears and our very own Somerset Berkley Raiders. At this time, we would like to welcome our opponent for tonight's contest, the Greater New Bedford Bears. Greater New Bedford enters tonight's game with a record of 3-1. The head coach of the Bears is Justin Cruz. And now let's hear some noise for our Somerset Berkley Raiders. Somerset Berkley enters tonight's game also with a record of 3-1. The head coach of the Raiders is Nick Freitas. Tonight's game is a South Coast Conference contest. Good luck to both teams tonight. A reminder to all fans, the South Coast Conference, the administration, and the coaching staff of Somerset Berkley would like to remind you that good sportsmanship is one of the primary goals of an interscholastic athletic program. Our student athletes recognize that judgment calls are made in good faith, and they must abide by the decisions of the officials. Spectators can support their program by refraining from derogatory remarks or cheers. We hope that you will enjoy the game and that you will support all of the participants in a positive sportsmanship-like manner. Thank you in advance for your cooperation.
Welcome back into Somerset Access TV, everyone. JJ Sylvia along with my cousin Carter Sylvia. I'm not going to stop saying that all night, Carter. I am so happy to have you in the booth with me tonight. It's really a full circle moment for me after spending 7 years in the booth with various partners. I finally get to have some family involvement, and oh my goodness, is my heart happy.
I'm excited too. This is going to be a great contest. I'm love to see what both teams can do, and should be great.
As we head over to the Somerset Berkley side of the field, a time-honored tradition that has shown both pride and intimidation to other squads that come into Hanson Memorial Stadium and attempt to defeat the Somerset Berkley Raiders. And tonight is no different. Two teams, Carter, that are 3-1. But as I said in the intro, we have a team that's coming off a loss in the Bears and a team that's coming off a win in the Raiders. But when we talk about these rivalry games that they just went through, Fairhaven's well on their way to being a state championship contender this year. But for Somerset, another rivalry game against Durfee is really one of the things you circle on your schedule at the beginning of the year, and that game did not disappoint.
No, it did not. I mean, there was a lot of exciting things happening. Finn Bjork had a pick six for a touchdown and a lot of big runs and very big plays, and that's what Somerset's going to have to do tonight to win this game.
Captains for Greater New Bedford.
Big plays are needed indeed. Tons of big playmakers on both sides of the ball for the Raiders. We'll talk a lot about them tonight, but to name a few, Brendan McDonald at the quarterback position, a position that he may not have as much experience in, but with the amount of athleticism that he possesses, it's really not a surprise that Nick Freitas trusts him with that much of the offense.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't played quarterback much, mostly a cornerback and skill position player, but he's a very smart kid, knows what to do on the offense, and he's shown what he can do as a quarterback.
He is a very smart kid, Carter. I was talking to Coach Nick Freitas the other day, and I asked him a question. I said, if he could pick one player that he thinks could replace him as head coach, he would have said Brendan McDonald, which is not surprising at all to me after hearing you say that he's one of the smart kids on this team. I mean, Coach Freitas is never, ever going to put guys on the field that he doesn't believe is going to give his team the best chance to win, and Brendan McDonald is just another example of one of those players that delivers time and time again. Captain's meeting at midfield right now to decide what happens as we begin this one. Seems that New Bedford Folk has declined for the second half. So Somerset Berkley will get the ball first. I do want to make one note. Finn Bjork is wearing number 22 tonight instead of his usual number 1. So Bjork wearing the number 22 instead of 1, and the Raiders celebrating and getting ready for that time-honored tradition that we discussed earlier. We're going to take a short break for us on the mic as we allow these Raiders to introduce themselves to the New Bedford Folk Bears.
Fans, please remain standing.
That entrance sequence by the Raiders, Carter, helped out by the Somerset Berkley Band. We know a lot about that, given that our cousin Jeffrey was once the conductor of this very, very much award-winning Somerset Berkley Band over the course of his years in high school here at SB. We're just about to get underway. Looks like the national anthem is coming, so now we honor America.
Let's hear it once again for the Somerset Berkley Marching Band.
JJ Sylvia, Carter Sylvia back with you as we're about to get underway following the national anthem. Carter, a nice crowd in attendance tonight in the student section specifically, going with a neon theme. Very popular one that's used across the country, and a good chance to maybe create a distraction for the opposing team.
Yeah, I mean, student sections can really throw off the opponent team. I mean, the loudness can really affect the team.
We'll see how much the crowd plays a factor in this one as we are about to get going. For Nelson Andrade, the senior kicker usually does the duties on kickoffs and punts, but for this one, it will be for the Votek Bears.
Back to return.
Looks like number 44, Ethan Alves.
Let's hear once again, Raiders fans. Conference action, let's go!
New Bedford Vogue to kick it away as the sun slowly sets over the hills here in Somerset, Massachusetts. Another edition of Friday Night Lights is underway here at Hanson Memorial Stadium. Brendan McDonald to receive that kickoff, running right at the 20, splits between two tacklers, still on his feet, and finally dragged down at about the 28-yard line.
Good return there, good return. Very solid return.
McDonald will pilot the offense for the Raiders as they head out for the first time. Let's meet the Somerset Berkley Raiders offense. It'll be Kyle Hamblin at left tackle, Paul Castonguay at left guard, Jaden Medeiros at center, Hayden Teasdale the right guard, and Gavin Sylvester at right tackle. Finn Crook, Liam Meehan, and Finn Bjork will all get touches at running back, as well as maybe in the receiving end. Drew Dion, Jason Poisson, and Zach King, among other notables for the Raider offense. First play is a handoff to the right. Kevin Dos Santos falling forward, just about a yard over for the first down. My apologies, it was Zach King. Looked like 8 coming around, but it was 3. So King getting the Raiders just about to the first down marker, and it is a first down for Somerset Berkley. Refs have to make sure the line judges and the linesmen were all on the same page. Second play of the drive for the Raiders and their second first down play. Brennan McDonald once again in the wing T. McDonald takes the snap, handoff left. Finn Bjork is tackled down. Got about a half yard maybe on that rush to the left. Finn Bjork had a big game last week, as we were talking about earlier, against Dorothy Carter.
Yeah, he did. I mean, a very impressive player to watch. He's involved in both sides of the ball, touchdowns on one end, sacks and tackles on the defensive end. But really, what amazes me is how he's always locked in for the game, always ready to play. He never disappoints.
I'm sure we'll expect many fireworks from Bjork tonight. Another first down play for the Raiders, running right this time, and Zach King couldn't find more than a yard of room. That'll bring up second down and 9.
Tackled by number 23.
You can tell that both defense is ready for this Raiders offense. They've been probably had this game marked on their calendar for a long time, and it's based off this first couple plays. Volk's ready.
Some notables for New Bedford Volk's defense: Harrison Cabral, number 11, number 50, Joe Costa, Landon Dorade, number 74, and Jamar Santos, number 66, as well as Aiden Santos, number 23, and Tyler Vasconcelos, number 8, among many more playmakers that could potentially get to this Raiders offense. Second down. Now make it third. McDonald, handoff to the left. It's Liam Meehan. Meehan breaks through and gets to about
number 5, Liam Meehan on the carry.
44-yard line. Fourth down coming up for the Raiders. Looks like it'll be a fourth down and about 5. Let's see what Somerset Berkley decides to do here. You can hear Nick Freitas from all the way up here yelling punt, so it looks like the Raiders will kick it away to Greater New Bedford Volk. Back to receive this kick. Another notable player for the Bears, and Nas Cox. Cox, along with quarterback Nick Boucher, were interviewed by the Taunton Daily Gazette earlier this year, and both of them praised each other and spoke highly of themselves as well. A lot of confidence. Finn Bjork, the snap on the punt. It's a fake. Bjork reaching for the first down. Does he have it? That's the question. Refs are saying he does. What a play by Finn Bjork.
Nice call by Coach Freitas there. Caught the special teams unit completely off guard.
So the Raiders pulling out all the tricks in Nick Freitas' bag so far. Still 9 minutes left in this first quarter. Brendan McDonald back into the huddle. If you're McDonald here, Carter, what are you looking to call?
I'm looking to call something different from the first couple plays. Something more to the inside, or maybe a QB run. Something different to throw off the defense.
Referees have to stop play for a second. Perhaps some nitty-gritty details to straighten out. But Carter, both these teams came into this game with 3-1 records. New Bedford Volk was able to grind out some big wins against some other Volk Tech schools from around the state in the early part of the year before matching up against a top-ranked test like Fairhaven.
Yeah, I mean, Fairhaven won the state championship last year for Division 6. They're no slouch, especially with their star running back, and they're gonna have a big test tonight. Let's see what Coach Freitas can come up with to try and knock down this defense.
Carter and I were talking about it in pregame, everyone. This defense has some big boys on that front line, well over 6 feet. They can definitely pose a potential threat for a Raiders offensive line that has size of its own. a battle of titans tonight. McDonald, another snap. This time he's going to run it. McDonald to the outside. Juke move to the sideline, and he'll get about
14, Brendan McDonald on
6 yards on that one. Bring up a...
Number 6, Naz Cox on the stop.
Looks like a second down, and about 6 coming up for the Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders really have to get a first down here. They need to get some momentum in this game. Right now, they're kind of playing. They came out a little flat. We need some big plays.
Raiders set up in the wing T. Snap to McDonald and the handoff to Meehan going left. Meehan splits it up the middle, and the ball comes out. Looks like New Bedford Volk has it, and waiting on the call they do.
Covered by Greater New Bedford.
And the Bears defense makes a big stand against a high-powered Raiders offense to start this one, Carter.
Even as I said before, they came to play today. They marked this on their calendar, and they're ready. They're clogging up the holes, and Liam Meehan, sucks for him. He's had a good season so far. It's just mistakes happen. You're just gonna have to move forward.
The Bears take over at their own 46-yard line, 1st and 10.
So 1st down and 10 for the Bears offense. Just shy of midfield. We'll meet some of the players on that offense in a second, but first, Nick Boucher is in the I formation. Snap to Boucher. He'll fake the handoff, rolling left. Boucher still looking for a lane. He throws, and it's knocked away. Great defensive play for the Raiders by Liam Meehan, redeeming himself a bit after that tough break on the fumble, Carter.
He's a tough player, you know. He's a smart kid as well. I mean, he's a tough player. He's gonna come back from his mistake, and he's gonna be better from it.
Second down and 10.
2nd down and 10 coming up for the Bears. Two receivers right with 2 running backs in the backfield. Once again, Nick Boucher is in the I formation, scanning the defense. Cox in motion. Boucher, the handoff, going right for Aiden Santos. Santos finds some room, heading down the sideline past the 30, and Santos finally taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Tackle made by number 13.
My Carter. The Voc Tech Bears coming out on fire on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, they look good. It's impressive to watch. They never really match up great against Somerset. Somerset usually has their number, but today it looks like it's going to be a different game.
Gain of 31 yards on the play. 1st and 10 from the Raider 23-yard line.
1st down and 10 for the Voc Tech Bears, now inside Somerset territory, almost in the red zone. Boucher once again. I formation, scans the defense and takes the snap. Boucher, the handoff once again. It is Santos, and he will go nowhere this time.
Looks like a loss of 1 yard.
Looks like Kyle Hamblett was in on that tackle.
Tackled by number 75, Paul Castonguay.
Castonguay in there as well, along with Hamblett on the tackle.
2nd down and 11 from the 24.
And indeed, the Bears did lose a yard on that one, Carter. So 2nd and 11 coming up. 7 minutes and ticking to go here in the first quarter. Nothing between these SCC foes. Once again, so glad you can join us on Somerset Access TV and eventually Blue Raider Studios. A pitch handoff to the left. It's Naz Cox. Cox breaks a tackle, trying to cut back the other way, and he is swallowed up by the Raiders defense. Might have even lost another yard on that one.
This defense has a lot of grit, and they have all the guys going to the ball. It's really good to see. I think this defense is going to adjust to that big play that happened earlier, and they're going to come back stronger.
Looks like a 3rd down and 11, maybe even 12 coming up for the Voc Tech Bears.
Gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 11.
Boucher able to get his play. Now he heads into the huddle. A potential momentum shifting moment Early in this game, Somerset Berkley came in the supposed favorites, but right now the Voc Tech Bears are dictating the play on both sides of the ball. Boucher with Santos and Cabral behind them. Cox in motion. Boucher, the handoff to Cabral, and he's swallowed up.
Number 11,
once again, the Raiders' defense being punishing in the backfield. And a potential field goal coming up here for Voc.
And number 32, Shane Delaney.
And hopefully, let's see what they can do. They may go for this and try and get a first down and may get a touchdown this drive.
Voc Tech looking like, at least at this moment, they might keep the offense on the field.
Tight end seam.
Aiden Naguera just recently checked into the game for the Bears. Boucher back into his huddle with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. New Bedford Voc knocking on the door for the first score of the game, but a 4th down and 14 coming up for the Bears. Can they convert? Boucher in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 1 right, and a flag comes in.
The flag is a delay of game penalty.
A delay of game called against Boucher and New Bedford Voc, and that'll push him back even further. Carter, if you're the head coach for New Bedford Voc and you're seeing them get pushed back after that penalty, you still going for it on this 4th down?
I mean, yeah, you don't want to lose your integrity in these games, but you really can't have those mistakes. And in a big game like this, you have to limit the mistakes.
They come back in.
Mistakes will cost you in big conference matchups like this. We saw one on the offensive side of the ball for the Raiders, and now New Bedford Voc trying to erase some mistakes on their offensive side of the ball here. Nick Boucher back into the huddle. 4th down and really long for the Bears. 19 yards specifically to go for the Bears to grab a first down here. Boucher shotgun formation again. 1 running back to his left in Cabral. 2 receivers left and 1 right. Boucher fakes the handoff, looking to throw. He's being bull rushed, and he is sacked with a fumble. Ball's on the ground. Who has it is the question. We'll wait on the call.
Fumble on the play.
Finn Bjork got in there and forced the fumble. Let's see if the Raiders have it. They do. At least at first signal.
Hey, coach, it wasn't they
Ball did not cross the line to gain. It's a turnover on downs.
Either way, it's a turnover on downs, so the Raiders will get it. Great stand by that defense, especially considering that big run that was ripped off by Aiden Santos, Garner.
Coach Freitas has always had pride in his defenses, and it really showed there.
So the Raider offense back on the field, 2nd drive of the game. They were able to get a couple first downs on that first drive, but it was stalled. Let's see if they can make some corrections and adjustments and find a better success rate this time around. McDonald, the pitch handoff right. Zach King trying to find some room, gets about
Pitch goes to number 3,
4 yards.
King.
I'll bring up 2nd down and 6.
Tackled by
Good run there by Zach
James
King. Good blocking up front. This O-line's very good. All new players from JV last year, junior Kyle Hamlet and Gavin Sylvester, both big guys on the line, and they're very good linemen.
The offensive line has always been one of the big pillars of any Nick Freitas squad here at Somerset Berkley, and this year is no different. This time McDonald's going to keep it himself, running left. McDonald's got some blockers in front of him. He hurries, tiptoeing down the sideline and stepping out of bounds.
McDonald on the quarterback keeper.
What a play by McDonald on the keeper.
Great play by McDonald there, man. His speed is really amazing to watch, and how he can just burst out of the backfield like a running back.
Brennan McDonald showing off that athleticism there. A 10-plus yard run to get the Raiders that first down. 3:38 still to go in the first quarter. Raiders will come back to the line here as McDonald gets his call from Nick Freitas and heads back into the huddle. The Somerset Berkley crowd now getting more into it, trying to hype up this offense. Brennan McDonald, wing T formation, takes the snap, McDonald rolling right, might be looking to throw. McDonald going down the field. He's got Finn Bjork. Bjork will go all the way. Touchdown! Somerset Berkley.
The flag on the play.
But a flag on the play. Let's hope for the best case scenario here, and it is not an eligible man downfield.
Somerset Berkley negating the touchdown.
And that is a tough pill to swallow right there for the Raiders, Carter.
It's a tough pill to swallow, but you got to look at it as a positive. It was a great play, great setup, found Finn Bjork downfield, and Coach Freitas has really been working with Brendan McDonald on his passing, especially with his a little inexperience at quarterback.
McDonald showed off some great accuracy and throw power there. Still 3:28 to go, but that penalty for the Raiders pushes him back. So now it'll be looks like
Ball backed up to the Raider.
first down and
15.
15 for the Raiders. Carter, are we thinking maybe another pass try here?
I mean, I think you try another pass here, but it's really up to what the quarterback thinks is going to work. I mean, the coach can only do so much in a game. It's up to his quarterback to really make the decisions on the field.
Nick Freitas, when I talked to him a few days ago, was praising Brendan McDonald in terms of his decision-making abilities. One of those reasons why he said he would be a good replacement. McDonald running left once again. This time he's got room again and touched out of bounds.
That's Brendan
After
McDonald
getting
on the
about half
keeper.
of that yardage back, it'll bring up a second down and about 7 or 8. Carter McDonald, as we've seen in multiple games this year on those QB keepers running especially to the left, those blockers have really been able to get out there and help them get some big chunks of yardage.
I mean, especially because Brendan McDonald's a top rusher on this team, and they really focus on him running because it creates big plays and it helps them win.
It'll be a second down and 7 that has pretty much made us forget about that penalty. Let's see if the Raiders can now rewrite the script and find another way to find the end zone. 3:20 left in the first quarter. McDonald back in the wing T formation. McDonald takes the snap, handoff right, Liam Meehan up the middle.
Carried
Got
by
2 yards out of that one.
Gavin Sylvester, man.
Great run there, and this blocking is good. I mean, this O-line is really something to be really something good here. They have a lot of big boys up front, a lot of guys who come switch in and out to really make a difference.
Third down and 5 coming up for the Raiders, who will look to make a difference on this drive and break the ice in what is a scoreless game thus far here at Hanson Memorial Stadium.
Finn drove that kid 20 yards out.
Similar formation to what we'll see for most of the year from the Raiders. McDonald takes the snap, rolling right, pass chance here. McDonald will take it himself instead and get the first down.
That's Brendan McDonald on the
That was a great disguise play. They were double teaming Finn Bjork, but they left the run right open.
That really was what happened there, Carter. That New Bedford Folk defense was trying to prevent deja vu from occurring. And in the act of doing that, left Brendan McDonald with plenty of room to dance down that sideline. Another first down for the Raiders. If I'm counting correctly, that's 6 on the game for them already. And it's not even the end of the first quarter. Two minutes, 28 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Brendan McDonald up the middle, off the fake handoff, stays on his feet, and goodbye, Brendan McDonald. Touchdown, Somerset Berkley, and this time, no flags.
Brendan McDonald, 36-yard touchdown.
I think that was just a great play all around, blocking and the great speed and agility by Brendan McDonald to get that touchdown.
So the Raiders break the ice indeed. 6-0 and a PAT on the way. Looks like Kevin Dos Santos is going to kick it. Dos Santos will kick with the left foot.
I was thinking that and over.
Extra point from Dos Santos is up and good. 7-0 Raiders. Carter, it's really been about the D-line and the O-line for both sides so far, but that time Brendan McDonald just found a hole.
He's a talented player, but Coach Freitas doesn't look at one individual player doing everything. He always is. It's about the team, and it's always a team effort. And that was a great team effort
against Monomoy yesterday, 44-6.
The team effort is strong thus far from the Somerset Berkley Raiders as they will now kick off to the Vote Bears, up 7-0 with 2:20 to go in this first of 4 quarters tonight.
Fans, a reminder that the Somerset Berkley Boosters team is selling Support Somerset Berkley Athletics lawn signs for $20. The sale will continue in front of the concession stand through the end of tonight's game.
Raiders set to kick off to the Bears. Once again, usual suspects back to receive for New Bedford Vogue. Aiden Santos back there along with Demetrius Baptiste and Jace James, among others.
Get them thinking.
Dos Santos is going to need a new holder for the ball here on this kickoff. So Carter, a bit of a slow-moving start to this game, but wow, the fireworks from the Raiders on that last drive. Even after that penalty, it really shows some resilience among Nick Freitas' boys.
Yeah, they started off slow, letting up big runs and big plays, but Nick Freitas prides in his team to never give up, and they got their integrity back this game.
And with the integrity back, the Raiders look to keep the foot on the gas pedal. Dos Santos, a beautiful kick, dropping inside the 10-yard line and back into the end zone for a touchback.
Passes into the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 for the Bears at their own 20-yard line.
Second drive of the game coming up for the Voc Tech Bears. Both teams had fumbles on their first drive that resulted in those drives ending, but now Voc will look to match the pace of Somerset Berkley's offense that has now gotten them on the board. Carter, who do you think is going to be the guy Voc is going to want to rely on this drive in order to get back even with the Raiders?
I mean, it comes down to 2 players. Their starting quarterback, Nick Boucher, and wide receiver, Nas Cox. They're really going to have to make big plays, especially with this great Raider secondary.
And this Raiders secondary is stacked with some of the most reliable young men on Nick Freitas' squad. Cullen Doherty back there with Brendan McDonald, Brody Phillips, and Finn Crook. Boucher fakes the handoff. He's getting bull rushed, almost intercepted by Caden Dos Santos. Oh, so close.
Great defense there, and that's a mistake. That's throws you cannot be making. But as the quarterback, you cannot be making those risky throws that can get picked off.
Nick Boucher's lucky that one wasn't another turnover for the Voc Tech Bears, and now let's see if they can find a way to get this offense back on track. 2nd down and 10. Boucher back in the I formation, 2 running backs behind him, 2 receivers right, 1 in motion to the left. Boucher, the handoff up the middle, and taken down after gaining about 2 or 3 yards is Harrison Cabral. Carter Cabral has been splitting the touches so far with Aiden Santos, but it's hard to see that this will change at all with the success rate that both of them have been having.
I mean, yeah, you always want to have fresh legs on the field, and by having 2 solid running backs who can get you yards, I mean, it can be really impactful in the game.
3rd down and 6 coming up for the Voc Tech offense. Boucher back in the I, 1 receiver right, 1 left, 2 running backs in the backfield. Boucher takes the snap, handoff up the middle. Cabral again going nowhere. I'm not sure if he even got back to the line of scrimmage on that one, Carter. The Somerset Berkley defensive line is really starting to push this pile.
I mean, yeah, they're really putting on the pressure to this New Bedford Voc offensive line, and it's showing that they're looking a little shaky this in the second quarter. .1 minute and still ticking left in quarter 1.
Voc Tech facing a 4th down and 6, so it looks like the Bears will punt, but let's see if they take a rip out of the Raiders playbook and maybe go with a fake. Kick gets away, and a good kick at that by Aiden Neguera. Brennan McDonald on the return across the 50. McDonald cuts back at the 45, and he's finally taken down by a pack of Bears there. They'll spot it at about the 46-yard line. That's where Somerset Berkley will start.
Great return there by Brennan McDonald, and they're using him all over the field tonight. Defense, offense, special teams. That's where you're going to need big players. Need to make big plays.
McDonald just after returning that kick. Now back in at quarterback for Nick Freitas. He'll head into the huddle as the Raiders are set to go 1st down and 10 from the Voc Tech 46.
1st and 10 for the Raiders at the Bears' 46-yard line.
Back to the wing tee for the Raiders. McDonald, the handoff. Running right is King. Maybe got a yard before he was pushed back. Tackle was made by Harrison Cabral. Another player. It seems like both of these squads, Carter, have guys that are going to make big plays on both ends of the ball.
It's what you have to do to be successful. This is high school football. I mean, you need every guy to step up wherever they're needed.
Yes.
And definitely Harrison Cabral stepping up so far in this one. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Short break for Carter Sylvia and I. We'll be back in just a few moments on Somerset Access TV. Back here on Somerset Access TV, JJ Sylvia along with Carter Sylvia. And Carter, we talked a lot in that first quarter about a lot of these senior stars that Somerset Berkley has, but what a lot of people may not know is there's a rising junior class that'll be seniors next year that is really scary.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of good juniors. Finn Crook at running back, the line of Gavin Sylvester, center, Jaden Medeiros, and right tackle Kyle Hamlet, and running backs of also Drew Dion, and a bunch of, and just to name a few. But they're gonna need to step up for these next 2 years because they're the senior class next year. They're the kings of the school. They're gonna need to step up.
The current kings of the school back at it. Brendan McDonald running left on the QB keep is able to get the edge. McDonald pushed out of bounds.
That's number 14,
after gaining about 8.
Keeper. Number 30, Brian Antunes on the tackle out of bounds.
With how much Brendan McDonald has been getting touches thus far in this one, Carter, it really does go to show why Nick Freitas thinks that he could be his replacement at head coach because, man, oh man, is there a lot of trust put in this young man.
He's used to, I mean, he's a star basketball player and on the court, and he's used to the pressure. His basketball team also relies on him to make good passes, make good shots. Then they're relying on him to get touchdowns, get yards, do whatever he can. This is why he's the quarterback and why he's the leader of this team.
Brendan McDonald, an athlete that's the leader of multiple teams, as Zach King will prance around after a couple of nice juke moves for Somerset Berkley first down, nearing double digits in first downs for the Raiders here in this first quarter, Carter. This offense has really been able to break off a lot of chunk plays, and with different players too.
That's what Coach Freitas wants to do. He wants to get players involved. He has a ton of depth. He can sub players in and out to get big gains.
McDonald back in the huddle with his squad. First down and 10 for the Raiders at exactly the New Bedford Voc 35. Already 7-0 Raiders, and they look to add. McDonald, the handoff, and going left is Liam Meehan.
Liam Meehan
was only really able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 55, Dylan Rosario on the stop.
And Carter, one of the things that I always like to talk about whenever I call Somerset Berkley athletic events is the family affairs that happen within this high school and in this high school's athletic program. I mean, Brendan McDonald has older brothers who are stars on the football field and on the court. Liam Meehan has older brothers who are stars on the football field and on the court. The list goes on, but it really goes to show the type of family atmosphere and the school pride and even town pride that exists here in Somerset.
I mean, yeah, this is a big, nice community. Everyone wants to be involved, and it shows that why a lot of people come here, because they want to have success. They also have a good community to be around.
Pushed out of bounds by
another QB keep for Brendan McDonald, and another big chunk of yardage for the Raiders. Looks like they just barely missed getting the first down. 3rd down and 1 coming up for Somerset Berkley. One of the few 3rd downs they've had at all, really, in this first half. It's really been mostly first down after first down after first down.
And that's what you want, and you don't always want to put your team in so much pressure every drive, but showing the stats, they're actually very good on 3rd and 4th down. So it's not that big of a deal if they get 3rd and 4th down. They'll be able to convert.
McDonald in the wing tee once again, hands it off Liam Meehan. Meehan looks like he has the first down. He does. About a 4-yard rush for that one.
Tackled by number 6, Nas Cox.
Nas Cox in on the tackle for the Bears, but the Raiders do get that first down.
To the 23-yard line. The play is good for another Raiders first down.
2 minutes gone already here in the second quarter as we inch toward halftime here at Hansen Memorial Stadium. And a nitty-gritty start to this wonderful evening broadcast here on Somerset Access TV. Another first down for the Raiders. McDonald handoff to Meehan, and he gets a nice chunk this time. Liam Meehan staying resilient despite having some struggles on the ground in the first quarter. Carter Meehan starting to step up and get those 5-yard, 7-yard, 8-yard rushes.
He's a tough kid, you know. He always has something about him, you know. He's confidence, determination, and most importantly, he's a very nice person and always a good person to be around.
Always gotta love having a student in the booth with me, Carter. You really can give me those inside scoops about not only how these guys are able to benefit the school athletically, but also how they are benefiting and bringing benefit to the school in a social aspect. McDonald, another QB keep running left, got a couple of good blocks, but breaking through to make the tackle for New Bedford folk is Brian Antunes.
Again, he didn't do a move, coach. He ran past him.
Number 9, Aiden Nagara on the stop.
3rd down and about 6 coming up for the Raiders. 8:28 and counting to go
on the play.
in this first half. McDonald making sure he communicates with both Liam Meehan and Drew Dion. Let's see what they draw up here. McDonald, a high snap. He nearly bobbled it, looking to throw. He's got his man inside the 10-yard line, and finally being dragged down is Cullen Doherty.
Cullen Doherty.
First touch for Doherty today, and it was a big one, Carter.
Cullen Doherty is known as a defensive threat. Got an interception last week against Durfee, but on offense, he's very underrated. I mean, he can really contribute.
Doherty's first catch gives the Raiders another first down. First down and goal
from the 10
at exactly the 10-yard line. Raiders will look to double up their lead, up 7-0 with just a hair over 7.5 minutes to go in this first half.
Shane Delaney checking into the game.
Number 32, Shane Delaney, checking into the game now for the Raiders. Let's see if he gets involved in this one. McDonald, the handoff, going left, And being brought down after gaining just a few yards is Finn Crook. Looks like Crook got the Raiders down to about the 8-yard line, at least at first glance. Looks more like the 9 now, so second down and goal coming up for the Raiders at the 9-yard line.
On the play, second and goal from the 9.
Brendan McDonald has made all sorts of plays for the Raiders thus far in this first half, on special teams, on defense, on offense, and McDonald will look to contribute on the offensive end once again. Brendan McDonald, the pitch handoff left, it's Crook again. Crook gets a block inside the 5, and a flag goes flying.
Pitch goes to number 13, Finn Crook. We do have a flag on the play.
Let's see what the flag is here. Holding on the offense.
The flag is a hold against Somerset Berkley.
Mr. Carter, you called that before the refs even started talking.
I mean, you got to limit those mistakes, though, especially on runs like that, but you got to, it's a good call by the referee.
6.5 to go before we take our halftime break. That holding call will bring the Raiders back out to almost the 20-yard line. Once again, second and goal still. Brendan McDonald with Finn Crook behind him and Zach King to his left. Fakes the handoff. McDonald looking to throw, has nowhere to go. Still scrambling and throws to the sideline. It's caught. What a great playmaking display there by Brendan McDonald, and Carter still able to have the patience and have the wherewithal and have the just general field awareness to be able to extend that play, but another flag coming down.
Yeah, take a timeout, coach, and talk, and hang out and talk.
Looks like this penalty will be against the Raiders as well, so pushing them back even further. And Carter, what looked like an almost sure thing second touchdown, now becoming more and more bleak for the Raiders offense.
I mean, you also got, once again, you got to look at that as a positive. I mean, Brendan McDonald looking almost Mahomes-like, stepping up in the pocket and making plays, but you really can't, those penalties can really hurt you in this game.
5-yard penalty from the flag.
It all comes back to discipline. Discipline is the name of the game. In pretty much any team sport, the more disciplined the team is, the better they're going to be able to succeed. Let's see if Somerset Berkley can find some success here. 6:01 exactly to go in the first half. McDonald takes the snap, back to throw, runs up the middle trying to find the sideline. He's able to get there. McDonald heading to the pylon, and he's in for the touchdown.
Touchdown!
Somerset Berkley.
Number 14.
Hail to the king, Brendan McDonald.
4-yard touchdown.
Great play by Brendan McDonald there. It almost looked like he was about to get tackled behind the line of scrimmage, but that's what shows what he can do, and that's why Nick Freitas has so much trust in him.
Second touchdown of the game on the ground for McDonald. First time he split it up the middle, this time heading for the sideline. On both of those plays, Carter, it's just raw athleticism.
I mean, it's really hard to stop. I mean, his speed is just really untouchable, and it's really this New Bedford Vogue defense is not looking too hot right now.
A flabbergasted Bears squad will watch Kevin Dos Santos drill another one through the uprights. 14-0. Somerset Berkley, 5 minutes, 50 seconds still to go in the first half. Now Carter coming into this one, it looked like New Bedford Vogue was going to make a good push. Still plenty of time left in this one for a story to be written. But it's been a long, long while since the Vogue Tech Bears were able to come into Hanson Memorial and take down the Raiders.
It's been over 10 years, and every year they probably mark this on their calendar saying, we got to win. It's been such a long time. But right now they really have to step up because this Raider team is ready to play.
Fans, we have another South Coast Conference score update. Fairhaven and Seekonk are tied 0-0 at the end of the first quarter.
Shout out to my buddy Keegan Hamlet on PA tonight. It's a 0-0 game between Seekonk and Fairhaven. Seekonk's really doing well on the defensive end. Fairhaven's offense is one of the best in the state.
Yeah, especially with star running back Justin Marks. And Seekonk, very surprising. They hold that defense to 0 in the first quarter. Very impressive.
Kevin Dos Santos about to kick it off for the Raiders. 5:50 to go first half, and another gorgeous kick. This one bobbled inside the 10-yard line, and he's got to pick it up. The Raiders trying to grab him in the end zone. They do.
No, it's a touchback. Coach, tell him it's a touchback. It's a touchback no matter what. No, it's a touchback. It's Federation rule.
Trying to figure out whether they're going to call that a touchback or a safety. I think it's a touchback.
Number 30, Brian Antunes on the return.
Yeah, that does seem to be the case, Carter. Looks like they'll call that one a touchback. But nonetheless, a great effort by the Raiders special teams to get down there and make sure no yardage was gained.
Yeah, this special teams unit is really has gritty. They could probably play in the game on either offense or defense, but we just have such a talented team that there's a lot of depth to go around.
A lot of depth indeed. Third offensive drive of the game for the New Bedford Vogue Bears. Boucher up the middle on the QB keep. Will slide close to the first down marker. He's got it by a yard.
Great run there by Nick Boucher, but nice tackle by Liam Meehan there, because if he misses that tackle, he's breaking off for at least 10, 15 more yards.
Liam Meehan continuing that uphill climb after the mishap in the first quarter, continuing to make those big plays on the defensive end. First down for New Bedford Vogue, trying to get this offense moving. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right for Boucher. One running back in the backfield going left. And Cox able to break out of the first tackle, but taken down at right about the line of scrimmage.
Tackled by number 71, Hayden Teasdale.
Hayden Teasdale on the tackle for Somerset Berkley. Another one of those guys that plays on both the lines. So Carter, a player like Teasdale, O-line, D-line, really in the trenches the entire game. It takes a different type of young man to be able to go through that type of punishment and still come out.
I mean, it's incredibly impressive in how he can take such a beating during the game, but what's really impressive is how your mind stays in the game. It's tough to keep your mindset in the game the whole time when you're constantly in the game, but it's impressive how they keep their mind straight in the game.
Now Cabral breaking outside for Volk, and he'll get across the 50-yard line with a 20-yard almost rush. And another first down for the Bears.
Number 23, Aiden Lambert.
Lambert on the tackle for the Raiders, but Volk Tech moving the ball now.
Gain of 20 yards on the...
Carter, what are we thinking changed for the Volk Tech offense that has caused a pretty rapid increase in success when it comes to especially running the ball?
I mean, yeah, you have to make adjustments. I mean, if you look at the Patriots in the Super Bowl in 2007 when they played the Giants, they did not make halftime adjustments, and that ultimately cost them the Super Bowl. But here, they're making adjustments, and it's clearly proving in the game they're making big plays.
In the second quarter.
Timeout called by Somerset Berkley. That is their first. 3 minutes, 54 seconds left in this first quarter. Once again, so happy you all could join us tonight on Somerset Access TV and eventually later streaming on YouTube for Blue Raider Studios. Carter, your first broadcasting experience with me. How you feeling about it so far?
I'm really enjoying it. I like commentating about the game, talking about the game, and also these players too. I'm friends with a lot of them, and it's really enjoyable to show my support for them.
The visiting Greater New Bedford cheerleaders who are leading
a big honor for me, at least, to have Carter up here with me. I've watched him grow up in a sense. I really have. I've watched you grow up, and now seeing you build these relationships at the high school level with these guys and a really great team that they have here. It just goes to show this community here in Somerset, and even in places like New Bedford, these communities in the South Coast, they really do breed some of the best, athletics-wise, academics-wise, and even just general people skills-wise.
For sure, and I mean, when you look at the communities and the teams, there's always a sense of respect. Everyone has respect for each other, and it's really enjoyable to watch.
Boucher on the QB keep.
Number 42.
Lucky to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
Both of these offenses really run dependent. I'm actually surprised with the amount of passing we've seen from the Raiders in this game already, and it's only 2 passes. But these two teams, it's really going to be a battle in the trenches. It's going to be a battle of the big boys, and it's going to be a battle of the running backs and how quick they can be, and these quarterbacks how quick they can be on the rush. That's going to decide which team comes out victorious tonight. Boucher trying to get his Bears on the board, takes the high snap, looking to throw. He finds Nas Cox just short of the first down, about 2 yards short to be exact.
The great hands there by Nas Cox, and that's why they depend on him so much, because he's a great player, gets separation, and especially from this Raider secondary, it's impressive to get separation.
Gain of 8 yards on the play. It's 3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2 coming up for the Bears. Looking to keep this drive going. They've had multiple chances on the Raiders' end of the field to score, but have not done so yet. Boucher running left. Finn Bjork says no.
You can't run in his way. He'll stuff it up immediately, and they really need to watch out for him, because he's going to have an even more big impact in this game.
Yeah, hey, why is the ball not further back?
Finn Bjork, one of the taller standing players on the field, usually plays either power forward or center on the basketball team, another teammate of Brendan McDonald on that Final Four squad for Somerset Berkley basketball last year. 4th down coming up for Greater New Bedford. You can hear the Somerset Berkley crowd getting into it. Nick Boucher just trying to make sure he gets the correct play call from his head coach, Justin Cruz, and now a timeout on the way as Carter looks like the crowd's starting to play a factor.
A quick shout out to Kevin Hamler, who's hyping up the crowd here. He always wanted to hype out the student section and the parents to get loud and throw off the other team.
We have another
Both Hamlets getting a shout out tonight here on our broadcast. We really are just having a good time here, shouting people out, praising the town, praising the school, praising the teams. We're having a great time here tonight here at Hanson Memorial Stadium. Clock stop with 1:38 to go in the half. New Bedford Volk trying to talk it over with head coach Justin Cruz. They need to figure something out to at least get some points on the board and maybe set up a chance to go for the tie at the beginning of the second half.
I mean, yeah, you have to try and get something going here. This Somerset defense has really stepped it up here in the second quarter, but what New Bedford Volk has to do is they have to find the small holes if they're going to run the ball. There's always going to be holes in the defense. You have to find them to get those big plays.
Back out of the timeout. Nick Boucher
timeout. It is
calling the play within the huddle. Raiders defense ready to go. 4th down and 3. Raiders crowd trying to get loud here. Boucher eyes the defense. Hard snap count here, trying to catch Somerset Berkley off guard, not going to work there. Boucher takes the snap, looking to throw. Fakes it, now looking up top, and it is caught off the ricochet. Brendan McDonald almost had an interception, but instead it falls right into the hands of Demetrius Baptiste.
That's a really unfortunate play. I mean, nothing you can do on the. It's a great defensive play. It's just a great play by the wide receiver to catch that ball.
Ball is marked.
Baptiste showing some great tracking skills right there. Also to make sure he corralled it and kept it off the ground, and he did a great job there. A near interception for the Raiders turns into a 1st down inside the 20-yard line. It's red zone time, and a pitch handoff here. Running right inside the 10-yard line and almost getting down and in was Tyler Vasconcelos.
We have a timeout called on the field by Greater New Bedford with 56 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Second timeout for Voc here as they want to make sure that they are as prepared as possible for these last 56 seconds. It's looking like for the first time in this first half, New Bedford Voc's offense is firing on all cylinders, Carter.
As I said before, they made adjustments. They found the weaknesses in the defense, found those little holes, and it's really showing because they're probably going to score on this drive.
Fans, how about another round of applause for our student photographers that are helping out, taking pictures.
I do want to correct myself. It was Aiden Neguera on that last run, not Vascolanos. Sometimes my eyes do deceive me up here, Carter, with all of this, all of the bright lights, and every once in a while broadcasters make mistakes.
Yeah, but it's just about calling the game. It doesn't matter if you make mistakes. You're not perfect, but if you just call the game and have fun, that's all that really matters.
Some of the best words I've heard from anyone in a long time, Carter. 56 seconds still left out of the second.
Out of the
New Bedford Voc timeout.
2nd and 1 for Greater New Bedford at the Raiders' 6-yard line.
2nd and 1, 6-yard line. Somerset Berkley's defense trying to hold on and keep Greater New Bedford Voc Tech scoreless in the first half. But Nick Boucher and company will have something to say about that. On the doorstep of a touchdown, Nick Boucher takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Boucher being bull rushed, able to get away from one, rolling left. Boucher will throw it away.
Boucher's pass is incomplete.
That was great coverage. That was great coverage there by Finn Bjork. It was looking like number 8 was about to get separation, but Finn Bjork was right there for great coverage.
Vasconcelos was the one that was in the area for that reception, but I think it's the smart move right there by Boucher. I think, we saw earlier, Carter, he threw one over the middle that almost got intercepted. I think maybe there he learned his lesson and knew to throw it away.
That's really the life of a quarterback. You make mistakes a ton, but it's really about making up for those mistakes and really coming back stronger from it.
Let's see what Boucher can do here. Can he come back stronger? 47 seconds left. 3rd down and 1 for the Bears. Boucher, handoff to Cabral. He's tackled quickly. Did he have enough? He does not. 4th down and 1 coming up.
I have to come up with something here, maybe a trick play, something to throw off the defense.
Let's see what Justin Cruz has up his sleeve. This is the 2nd time today that Voc Tech has been in the red zone.
We have a timeout.
And the 3rd timeout of the first half for Voc Tech.
To go in the second quarter.
Carter, as we look towards the second half, who do you think is going to have to step up for Voc Tech in order for this to become a much closer game?
I think really as their whole defense in their entirety. I mean, this Somerset offense is ripping them apart. But if they can make big stops, they can really get back in this game.
It's all about momentum shifts in team sports, everyone. It really is. And right now, some momentum on the line for New Bedford Voc. If they can punch this one in and set themselves up to receive that second half kickoff, only down by a touchdown, it'll look a lot better than getting that second half kickoff down by 2 scores.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot better if you can score here because they're not going to. Somerset's probably not going to have a lot of time to get a score back. They're probably just going to kneel it down or run it up the middle to run out the clock. But if you can score it, it's a really big for the second half.
10 seconds left in the half. Hanson Memorial Stadium getting loud here. Boucher shotgun formation. 2 receivers left and 1 right. Boucher looking for Cox. Touchdown! New Bedford Voc.
Number 6, Nas Cox.
Wonderful pitch and catch there by Boucher and Cox, Carter.
You saw them warming up doing those routes, and it really paid off because they found each other in great plays.
So the Boucher-Cox connection that had their chance to meet the world in that interview for the Taunton Daily Gazette, now showing why the Gazette showed interest in them to begin with. A beautiful pitch and catch on a 5-yard slant route there. Boucher was eyeing it all the way, and Cox beat his man. A beautiful way to finish off this drive for the Bears. This time the usual kicker on, Vanilson Andrade for the extra point. And Andrade will fire it through the uprights. 6 seconds left in this first half. Carter,
So the score with
I'm not super duper familiar with the special teams format for Nick Freitas, but could we potentially see maybe some fireworks on this last kickoff to end the half?
I mean, yeah, if you have Brendan McDonald back there, he can make a big play, but you also, it's not just about him going to open space, it's about the blocking. You know, you need good blocking up the field so you can really have him break off a big run.
A really beautiful night here in Somerset. Feels just below 60 degrees. Nice breeze coming in. Can't ask for a better way to spend our Friday night, Carter, up here on top of the press box. And this SCC matchup is slowly becoming everything we thought it would be. A tough, gritty, hard-nosed football game between two teams that are oh so familiar with one another.
Yeah, in conference play, you never know what could happen. I mean, a team could be a massive underdog and really show up and play really well and win the game.
6 seconds still to go. This kickoff, potentially the last play of the half. A quick tackle could maybe give us one more play, but most likely not much of substance. Kickoff is away. It's a short one and fielded with a quick tackle made at about the 40-yard line.
About the 32-yard line. Kickoff fair caught by number 10, Aiden Griffin.
Turns out Aiden Griffin, got that short kick, and he actually fair caught it. I didn't even see his arm go up, but must have been quick enough for the refs to see. 5 seconds left here. Carter, you were talking about that need. Do you think maybe Somerset Berkley tries something different, or are we looking to the second half here if you're Nick Freitas?
Freitas, you never know what he could do. He's a smart coach. If he sees a lapse in the defense, he's gonna exploit it, and they could do something big here.
Nick Freitas has been at the helm of this program for as long as I can remember. Let's see if his many years of coaching experience add a little bit of extra pizzazz to what has been a strong first half performance by his Raiders. McDonald, shotgun snap, airs it out deep, and it is intercepted! Picked off by Nas Cox. McDonald was looking for Finn Bjork, and Cox looking to run it back. Nas Cox trying to find the right sideline. He's out of bounds in front of the Raiders bench to end the first half. Carter, they tried to do something interesting, but maybe not the result the Raiders were looking for.
I mean, you're just trying to heave something downfield. It's not the worst. It's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, interception. You're gonna overthrow some balls. You're gonna underthrow some balls. But once again, if you come back from it stronger, that's how you're gonna win the game.
A very eventful first half, Carter, 14-7 in favor of the Somerset Berkley Raiders. We're going to take a short break as we look towards the second half. I'm JJ Sylvia. Carter and I will see you in just a few moments on Somerset Access TV. Back here on Somerset Access TV, JJ Sylvia along with Carter Sylvia. A first half filled with big defensive plays, offensive outbursts, and sometimes even some turnovers. These two SCC foes continue to do battle here in the second half, but Somerset Berkley up 14-7. And Carter, we talked a little bit about it before the half came to an end. Somerset Berkley came out strong, 14 unanswered, but to end this first half, New Bedford Volk with a big charge down the field, ending with that pitch and catch between Nas Cox and his quarterback.
I think the goal for Somerset Berkley right now is to get the momentum back in their favor. Right now there's a big momentum swing going from Somerset to Voke, and let's see what they can do.
Second half about to get underway. Somerset Berkley will kick it away to the Bears, who deferred to the second half
Kicking off
in the coin toss.
Number 22, Finn Bjork. Let's hear it once again, fans. Second half action. Let's go.
Finn Bjork to do the kicking on this one for the Raiders. Yet another player with raw athleticism in every aspect of the word. Kicks it inside the 10. It's bobbled once more. Let's see if the Raiders can get down there and cause a turnover. It looks like they won't, but they will swallow up the ball carrier nonetheless inside the 20-yard line. Once again, Carter, it seems that the special teams unit for Somerset Berkley may even be able to rival the offense and defense in terms of consistency.
As you can see, they're trying to exploit the weakness in the Voke special teams unit, and it's the same player who fumbled the ball again, and they're probably going to keep kicking it to him because this is going to keep causing turnovers.
I've called a lot of sports in my day, Carter. It kind of reminds me of in volleyball when they find that weak link in the group and they always send their strikes and all of their serves in that direction. It really seems like in that situation that was what Somerset Berkley was doing, in other words, to put it best. First down coming up here for the Vote Tech Bears. Boucher in the I formation as Cox in motion.
Flag on the play.
And we got a false start on the offense.
New Bedford.
That's a mistake that cannot happen, and let's see what Coach Cruz can come up with to combat this loss of yardage.
Ball is back.
Couple of cases of the yips is the best way I think we can say it for some of these players. It's going to happen at the high school level. Nothing you can really do about it, but it really just comes back to discipline and consistency, which we've seen, honestly, from both teams tonight. After the false start, first down and 15 for the Bears. Boucher, the handoff, right side with some room. And finally being brought down is Aiden Santos at about the 20-yard line. He got about 5 yards on that play.
The other 23, Aiden Lambert.
We'll bring up a second down and 8.
Gain of 7 on the play. Second down and 8.
Greater New Bedford Vote Tech with a long, methodical drive to end the first half. Looking to do more of the same here at the start of the second. This game seemed like it may get out of hand for the Bears in that first quarter, but ever since it has really settled down. And like Carter said, the Bears defense needs to step up and make big plays. Now the offense needs to do that. A nice end-around play for Nas Cox. Can he get to the sideline? He breaks back inside and tackled at the 40-yard line after a Greater New Bedford first down.
Great end around there by Greater New Voke, and they're really using Cox all over the field today on runs, on passes, and that's what we're going to need to do to win the game.
Nas Cox making big plays for the Bears, who are on the move once again.
Gain of
10:45 to go, third quarter.
From their own 41
And the New Bedford Vote Tech Bears with yet another first down, this time at the 41-yard line. Looking to cross midfield and get into Somerset Berkley territory. High snap, gets over the head of Boucher. He gets back to it and lands on top, fortunately, with a lot of Raiders swarming in.
That was a not a good snap by the Voke center, but great recovery by Nick Boucher to get on top of that ball.
Boucher, that's really all he could do right there, is just land on it and hope it doesn't pop out in the pile. And the Raiders continuing to swarm Boucher and his running backs in the backfield, making it almost impossible at times, which is why they really needed to do that flip-flopping back and forth between run and pass. Sometimes you can become too predictable for the opposing defense. Boucher takes the snap, looking to throw long. Can Cox get there? He's got it! What a catch by Nas Cox! And a flag comes in late.
Number 6, Nas Cox, but there is a flag on the play.
Pass interference on the offense. It'll be a push-off against Nas Cox. Carter, how do we feel about that call?
I mean, that's a great call, but Somerset's lucky because you can't. That's a big play that they just could have got, but overall, it's actually pretty good coverage.
Nas Cox nearly had another one for his highlight reel.
The flag is a pass interference.
But it is indeed a pass interference on the offense. 9:39 to go in quarter 3. Greater New Bedford will be pushed back well away from the first down marker, now almost inside the 25-yard line. After this penalty, it really doesn't seem like things are looking that great for the Voc Tech offense on this drive.
Second down.
This second down play coming from inside the 15-yard line with the first down mark at the 49-yard line of Somerset Berkley. So 40 yards plus to get a first down here for New Bedford Voc on second down. Boucher shotgun formation, 2 receivers right and 1 left. He's got Cox in motion. Boucher, the handoff. It's Cabral. Cabral's got some room across the 30. Sheds a block to the 40 and out of bounds at about the 41 or 42-yard line of Somerset Berkley.
That was a great run there by New Bedford Voc, but also what was mainly nice about that play was the wide receiver coming into block to create an outside lane for the running back.
I do have to correct myself there. It's the 42-yard line of Voc, not the 42-yard line of Somerset Berkley. However, if Voc can get to the 42-yard line of Somerset Berkley, it'll give them plenty for the next first down. Let's see what Boucher and the offense can do here. Just a hair above 9 minutes left in quarter 3. Nas Cox lined up to the right. He's the lone receiver on that side with 2 receivers left. Boucher in the pocket, throws left, incomplete.
Boucher's pass
was nearly able to squeeze that pass in.
Number 9, Aiden Noguera.
But still, the Somerset Berkley defense rushing Boucher's throws, which makes them not as accurate as they could possibly be. Aiden Noguera was the target on that pass, just could barely not hang on. (14-7) Raiders, 9:07 to go in quarter 3, and a 4th down and 9 coming up for New Bedford Voc as Carter facing a 2nd and 40 now to a 4th and 9. Got to give some props to the Voc offense regardless of what happens here.
That's a great. It was a great recovery by the Voc offense, and for Somerset, you have to realize this is stuff that cannot keep happening in the game, or otherwise there could be a big swing in this game.
Gets away for Voc. Drops inside the 30-yard line, rolling past the 25, and it'll stop and be picked up at about the 23 of the Raiders, and that is where their offense will start out their first drive of the second half. In that first half, Carter, Brendan McDonald, once again the star of the show.
And they're going to need room to continue this form, and also just the rest of the team also needs to continue this because their offense was very good, but this New Bedford Voc defense may come with some new looks, and they may come with some new integrity.
Integrity has been the word of the day for Mr. Carter in the booth with me. Gotta love it, though. Good vocab word in the English language, and a good word when it comes to team sports. Integrity, indeed. Raiders on offense for the first time in the second half. Officials need to make sure everything's set up the way it needs to be. Here we go. Brendan McDonald in the wing T formation. Snap to McDonald and the handoff to King. Zach King breaks through the gap and gets about 5 or 6 on that one.
Number 55, Dylan Rosario with the tackle.
Rosario with the tackle for New Bedford Voc.
Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd down and 4.
6-yard gain sets up 2nd down and 4. Raiders looking for another methodical drive to maybe munch most of this clock off here in the third quarter. Another handoff, faked this time by McDonald. He'll go up the middle for maybe a yard. Clock still running, just a hair above 8 minutes to go in the third.
Tyler
Vasconcelos on the tackle.
Gain of 1 on the play, 3rd down and 3.
Carter, when you and I were discussing this game over the last few days, Vasconcelos' name came up a lot, especially in terms of his defensive prowess for the Bears.
Yeah, they're going to need him to step up here, too, especially on the pass plays when Finn Bjork's going out wide. They're going to need him to have excellent coverage. Otherwise, Finn Bjork's going to have a great play.
Snap to McDonald. He's going to keep it himself. Brendan McDonald bounces off 2 tackles. He has the first down and more up to the 40-yard line.
On the keeper. Number 5, Malik Pyers, the leader, in on the stop. That's a gain of 11 yards on the play. The play is good for another Raiders.
Another first down for the Raiders. In a game that has demonstrated just how efficient this rush and QB keep offense can be for the boys in blue. McDonald with King to his left and Meehan to his right. Takes the snap. Handoff is underneath and right up the middle is Meehan with a flag coming in late. Let's see if it's on Volk or Somerset. And it will be on Somerset Berkley. It's a holding on the offense.
Flag was a hold against Somerset Berkley.
Oh, it's Jaden. It's Jaden.
Looks like Jaden Medeiros was the one called for the hold. Definitely not happy with himself about that one. But as we've seen already from some of these Somerset Berkley players in this game, when they seem to make a mistake, they find a way to bounce right back, Carter.
Yeah, Coach Freitas usually preaches to his players is resilience. Resilience is very important in a team because you could be down 30 or like 28-3 in Patriots with the Falcons in the Super Bowl, and they come back and win. But since they're up in this game, you just have to come back from your mistakes.
First down and 20 for the Raiders after the holding call. McDonald takes the snap. He's going to run right. Brendan McDonald looking for a lane. Doesn't have much of one. Maybe got 2 yards out of that one. A much slower moving second half, at least at the start, Carter. Seems that both of these teams have settled in, and now it's going to be all about those games of inches to decide our victor tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be about the gritty nitty. You know, it's never going to be easy to get yards, especially as the game winds down. The teams are tired, but if Somerset can break off a big play here, this could end this game.
With the way both defenses have been playing, Carter, I would not be surprised if that is the case. Let's see if Somerset Berkley has an answer for this New Bedford Vogue defense. Second down, McDonald looking to throw, goes to the outside. It's Meehan. Meehan cutting back towards the middle of the field. McDonald gets right back to the original line of scrimmage, so that'll bring up a third down and 10 for the Raiders.
Jaden DeMello for the stop for the Bears.
Looks like they might actually push that spot a yard back, so it'll probably be third down and 11. At the 40-yard line of the Raiders, this offense will look to grab yet another first down and keep the drive going at a point in the game where the next score can really, really make a difference. Brennan McDonald takes the snap, looking to throw once again, going to the outside to a running back. It's King, and Zach King will get up to the 45. Not enough for the first down, so let's see what Nick Freitas does here on fourth and about 5 yards.
Tackle made by number 23, Aiden Santos.
Aiden Santos, another tackle for the Bears. All night, big plays for Santos on both sides of the ball, a dominant rusher and a dominant defender as well. number 23 in gold. Raiders offense looking like they will head to the sideline. Punt forthcoming from Finn Bjork. Or perhaps maybe another fake like we saw in half one. Bjork this time will punt it. A decent punt at that. Right into the hands of Cox. Cox trying to break a couple of tackles. This time he won't, as he is swallowed up.
Punt from Finn Bjork. Tackled by number 50, Jaden Medeiros.
Jaden Medeiros on that tackle. Down the field. And the New Bedford Folk offense still down by only a touchdown. Will look to draw even. Carter on this drive. I think Somerset Berkley is going to have those big name players locked up. How do you think Boucher is going to be able to overcome that?
He's gonna have to find the weaknesses in defense. He has to be locked in and ready for this drive, because if he's not mentally focused, it could go really bad for them.
Mental focus, ever so crucial. With less than 4 minutes before we hit the fourth and final quarter here at Hanson Memorial. Right side handoff, that's Cabral able to find the sideline and pushed out at the last second. And that tackle may prove to be quite crucial in this one.
Seth Mello.
Seth Mello made that tackle, and had Mello not made that tackle, that might have been a house call for Cabral.
Yeah, I mean, Cabral really showed a great speed there, but Mello really came up clutch on that tackle.
4-yard line.
Boucher back into the Greater New Bedford Voc Tech huddle, with his team down by a score 14-7, with just a few more minutes before we begin the fourth quarter here in Somerset. Boucher, the handoff once again, it's Cabral bouncing between tackles across the 50-yard line, close to the first down. Looks like he's about 1.5 yards short.
Stop made by number 22, Finn Bjork.
Based on the spot, looks like it will be a 2nd down and 3 coming up.
Play 2nd down and 3.
On the 2nd down play, Boucher will be in the I formation. 2 running backs behind him, 1 receiver left and 1 right. Bunch of extra blockers here on this play for Voc. It's a up the middle handoff to Cabral, and he will get the first down for the Bears.
Carried by Harrison Cabral again.
Carter, in most of that first half, we saw Aiden Santos get most of the touches. Now in the second half, Justin Cruz relying a bit more on number 11, Harrison Cabral.
Cabral's looking good. He's getting a lot of good gains. He's finding the holes, but most importantly, his poise. He's not trying to rush the play. He's trying to create.
Let's see what the Bears can create here on this first down. Now into Somerset Berkley territory at the 44. Boucher rolling left, looking to throw, and it's thrown just in front of his man. A good job by the Somerset Berkley defense to rush that throw towards Demetrius Baptiste.
That was actually a huge miss holding call that we saw, but good defense by the Somerset Berkley Raiders despite the missed call.
The Raiders looking to stand tall on defense once more. New Bedford Voc, minus that 1 touchdown, Carter. They've knocked on the door, but the Raiders, almost like Hodor at the end of Game of Thrones, have been holding that door closed for the most part. Another chance for them to do that here. I hope somebody who's watching this likes that Game of Thrones reference. I know my girlfriend would. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the third. Another handoff for Cabral. He's got some room across the 30. Cabral to the sideline near the 20. And finally tackled down, ball's out. Finn Bjork trying to grab it, but it got knocked out of bounds. So it looks like Voc will keep it. Oh, Carter.
There was a
almost another chance for the Raiders to grab a fumble. But the defense that time around just falling victim to bouncing out of bounds.
Despite the fumble, that was a great play by Harrison Cabral, and he could have easily cut inside there, but actually took the block and went to the outside. It was very impressive.
Ball is marked on the Raiders' 17-yard line. 1st and 10 for Greater New Bedford.
Bears have a 1st and 10 at the Raiders 17. Boucher I formation again. Baptiste to the right and Cox to the left with multiple running backs in the backfield, and it's a handoff off the middle, untouched into the end zone for a Greater New Bedford Folk touchdown after struggling on some of the special teams plays earlier in the game. Redeeming himself is Brian Antunes.
Great touchdown there by the Vogue Raiders, by the Vogue Bears, but whatever the doubters are saying that Somerset Berkley was going to blow out the Bears, the doubters have been quieted.
They have been quieted indeed. This extra point on the way from the Bears could draw us even as we look towards the fourth quarter. 2 minutes left, and the kick is no good.
The attempt is no good.
So the Raiders keep that 1 point lead.
4 seconds to go in the third quarter as Somerset Berkley 14 and Greater New Bedford 13.
Carter, in a close game like this, sometimes even a missed PAT can be the difference between a win and a loss.
That could be a huge wrong for the Vogue Bears, but in a Somerset perspective, that is a huge break because the momentum may have just shifted back in their favor slightly because of the missed PAT.
5:50 to go in the third quarter.
We talked earlier about how a lot of team sports is about momentum shifts, and right there, Carter is right. That might have been just that little tweak of momentum that Somerset Berkley needed, causing the Bears to miss the PAT. Maybe that's what they need to get that offense fired up for this next drive about to come.
Announcers tonight are John and Carter Sylvia.
What's up?
Appreciate the shout out from Keegan Hamlet. Gotta love that, showing all sorts of love tonight. Bears about to kick it away. Brennan McDonald back there. This time Crook will get it. Crook fakes the handoff to McDonald, and he heads upfield. Finn Crook spins off one tackle at the 30 and able to advance to about the 36.
13, Finn Crook.
Great return there by Finn Crook. I always love Finn Crook. Very funny guy, and he's just a great person to be around.
Now you can hear the fan section. Minute 56 to go.
Stop was made by number
in this
18,
third
Quincy
quarter.
Stroud on the kickoff.
Brendan McDonald back into the huddle for Somerset Berkley. Nick Freitas has brought his team into this SCC matchup, and they have been given everything they can handle in a 14-13 game. Handoff up the middle for Meehan. About a 3-yard gain there for Liam.
Great game there by Liam Meehan. Very strong guy. He can bench almost 300 pounds. I mean, and bench 270 as a sophomore. He's showing his strength out in the field.
Yeah, Carter, you and I were talking about that when we were just about to interview Nick Freitas the other day, and I was just flabbergasted when I heard that. I'm not saying that Meehan is necessarily small, but for a kid that size to be benching that much is exceptional, and it really goes to show how much emphasis Nick Freitas and his staff put on strength and conditioning for this football program. Brendan McDonald, handoff once again. This time it's Zach King. King trying to push his way forward for a few more yards. Maybe got 1.5, 2 on that one. It'll bring up a long third down for the Raiders on the way.
Number 5, Malik Pyers in on the tackle.
Carter, we've referenced it a couple times already. The big boys up front for New Bedford Folk on their defensive line. Especially as this game has gone on, we're really starting to see just how much of the size is able to affect this Somerset Berkley offensive line, because the size seems about even between O-line for Somerset Berkley and D-line for New Bedford Folk, but now it seems Folk's getting a bit more pushback than we may have seen in half one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot for the SB O-line to handle, but I feel that they can really step up and make solid blocks.
Let's see if the blocks will be indeed solid. They're going to need some solid blocks here. McDonald to the outside on the left, able to shake a few tackles, drop down on a big tackle, but not before he gets a Raiders first down.
If it's out of first, what do you say for that?
Run goes out to the 47-yard line. The play is good for another Raiders first down.
As the third quarter comes to an end, here at Hanson Memorial Stadium, it is a grudge match between these two SCC foes. 14-13 in favor of the Raiders. I'm JJ Sylvia, Carter Sylvia, and I will see you in just a few moments for the fourth quarter here on Somerset Access TV and Blue Raider Studios.
There's some room for improvement.
Maybe you can shout your buddy out, even better. We're doing shout-outs all over tonight.
Out of the quarter break, it is 1st and 10 for Somerset Berkley at their own 47-yard line.
Final 12 minutes of this contest up on the clock. 14-13 Raiders, and they are driving, about to enter into New Bedford Vogue territory with this first down and 10 play. Brendan McDonald with Bjork to his right. McDonald takes the snap, looking to throw, able to find his man on the outside. A nice catch.
Pass is complete to number
Advancing
4,
to
on the right side.
the 48-yard line of New Bedford Vogue. It was Seth Mello on the reception there. Carter Mello hasn't seen too much action today, a few catches, but when he's needed and called upon, he delivers.
Yeah, Coach Freitas likes to use him on the offense and defensive side of the ball, and it shows when they put him in, he's an impact player.
Raiders now on the Bears side of midfield, looking to chew some clock and get another score on the board to make a comeback late for the Bears as difficult as possible. McDonald waits on the snap and takes it. It's a handoff to the right. That's Liam Meehan. Stiff arms one man as he gets across the 45. Does he have enough for the first down? He does. They will mark him out at the 40 exactly with another Raiders first down.
Oh, wait, now you changed your mind.
Run goes to the 43-yard line. First down, Raiders.
Wind's starting to pick up a bit here in the second half as the night goes on. Perhaps maybe some of these passing plays and maybe even extra points and field goals could be affected by this wind as it intensifies, Carter.
Yeah, I mean, wind could be a big factor. Also, heat, how cold it gets. It could be tough for maybe the running backs to hold the ball.
Mistakes need to be limited at this point in the game. McDonald up the middle once again, like an unstoppable freight train, has another Somerset Berkley first down.
By number 6, Nas Cox. Gain of 10 yards.
Nas Cox made the tackle there.
Another Raiders.
Cox is going to be heavily needed on the offensive side of the ball next series, should New Bedford Vogue want to give themselves a chance to walk out of Hanson Memorial Stadium with a victory tonight. Ten and a half to play.
Ball marked on the Bears' 33-yard line, 1st and 10.
Brendan McDonald, calm, cool, and collected in the pocket. Takes the snap. McDonald looking to roll left, has pressure in the backfield, able to get away from a tackle. Let's see if he can get back to the right sideline. He's able to get across the 30, still on his feet to about the 25. Let's see where they mark him. Looks like McDonald got about 6 yards on that one, up to the 27.
On the keeper, 2nd down and 5.
But my Carter, that's just more of those examples of Brendan McDonald being an improviser, being a raw athletic ability type player right there.
I mean, that was a really impressive play. He could have had a 10-yard, maybe even 15-yard loss, but he created a gain just by his pure athleticism.
Brendan McDonald looking to create more magic. Takes the snap. This time he's running left. McDonald dropped quickly. May have even lost a yard on that one.
Tackled by number 7, Angel Barreto.
Moreno on the tackle for the Bears.
Coach, get 2 downs to work with you.
3rd down and 6.
Looks like a loss of 1 yard on the play. 3rd down and 6.
Raiders break the huddle with the usual suspects on the field. And only time will tell whether these two SEC foes can hold each other off tonight. McDonald takes the snap, throws it to the right side. That's Liam Meehan. Meehan across the 30, now down past the 25, nearly at the 20. Looks like he had enough for the first down. He does. Looks like they'll spot him at the 21 of Greater New Bedford, so another Raiders first down. And Carter, lots of run plays in this game now. Nick Freitas opening up the playbook a little bit with some short passes to the outside, getting his running backs involved in the passing game.
Yeah, especially for a player like Liam Meehan, to get him to the outside, especially with his speed and strength. As you saw there, he broke a huge tackle, and the guy tried to make a big hit on him, and he didn't even budge.
McDonald once again taking the snap, fakes the handoff, now he rolls left. McDonald looking downfield, finding an open man, but it's dropped.
McDonald's pass is incomplete.
Finn Bjork nearly had another first down for the Raiders, and man, was he frustrated after that one, Carter.
I mean, the throw was a little bit behind him, but for Finn Bjork's standard, he would want that back.
That stops the clock with 8:59 to go in the 4th quarter. Somerset Berkley chewing as much time off the clock as they can. Score or not here, the more time you can take off the clock, the better in this situation, Carter.
Yeah, I mean, you need to take off the clock as much as possible. You do not want to let them get another chance more chances on offense to score and win this game.
Second down and 10.
2nd and 10 for the Raiders. And we have a timeout called by Somerset Berkley.
Field by Somerset Berkley with 8 minutes and 59 seconds to go in regulation.
So Carter, this is a pivotal potential turning point in the game, really regardless of what happens here. But if you're Nick Freitas down there on that sideline right now with his squad, what are you saying to your young men with 8:59 to play, only up by 1 and driving?
I think what he would say is take it one play at a time. There's no need to look in 5 plays in the future and worry about a touchdown. Take it one play at a time, get first downs, get gritty yards.
Every yard, every touch, every pass, every stride will be so important
we have another
from here on out.
Conference score update. Old Rochester has defeated Medfield 42-6.
Keegan Hamlet delivering some more news from around the SEC. Old Rochester defeating Medfield this evening, a school from the Tri-Valley League. And a lot of big football programs with a lot of prowess and strength up there. So it's another impressive victory, I guess. This year, the South Coast Conference trying to put themselves on the map, put the entire state of Massachusetts on notice.
Carried by number 5, Liam Meehan.
Liam Meehan on the carry. Looks like he didn't gain much of anything, perhaps a yard.
Lead tackler was number 30, Brian Antunes.
2nd down and 9 on the way based on the spot.
Gain of 1 yard on the play. 3rd down and 9.
Make it a 3rd down and 9. A constant feud between me and the person who's running the downs marker over there. McDonald, snap, handoff right, Finn Crook. Crook, left side, breaks a tackle, and he is in! Touchdown! Somerset Berkley!
Touchdown, Raiders, number 13, Finn Crook! 21-yard touchdown.
I would assume that Nick Freitas is going to be going for 2 here to try and make it a 2-score game.
That would be an interesting proposal, Carter. Let's see what Coach Freitas does here.
The Raiders will go for 2 with a chance to make it a 2-possession game.
Perhaps they should have you on the coaching staff, Carter. You seem to have the correct answer pretty much in all situations in this one.
I mean, it's all about numbers. I mean, you wanted to make it a 2-score game to make it the least possible chance for a New Bedford vote comeback.
8:06 on the clock. McDonald gets his team set up in the wing tee once again. Anything can happen here when the ball is in Brendan McDonald's hands. McDonald fakes the handoff, looking to throw, and he's got it! Finn Bjork for the 2-point conversion.
Successful pass to number 22, Finn Bjork.
And with number 22 making the catch, it is 22-13, a 9-point lead for the Raiders. And Carter, 8:06 to go. Justin Cruz has his hands full here. His offense heading back onto the field. A big chance for players like Nick Boucher and Nas Cox to show why they're so heavily relied upon for this Bears squad.
Yeah, they're going to need him to step up, and let's see what the Somerset Berkley Raiders defense will do, because this is a huge drive. If they get a stop here, I mean, this game could be in the books.
It all comes down to these last 8 minutes and 6 seconds. Finn Bjork about to kick it off for the Raiders.
Kicking off for Somerset Berkley is number 22, Finn Bjork.
Baptiste back as part of the group that could potentially receive this kick. Also back there again is Brian Antunes, and the kick goes to him once more. Antunes able to handle it this time, running left across the 25, still on his feet, able to get across the 30 to the 31 or 32 yard line. A decent return there by Antunes.
I mean, after 2 muff returns, that's a great way to redeem yourself.
Redemption indeed for Antunes.
Tackle made by number 4, Seth Mello, and number 23, Aiden Lambert.
So you add the rushing touchdown and now a strong return on special teams. Let's see if Antunes has lit a fire underneath this Bears squad, and perhaps a big, long, methodical offensive drive coming up, the likes of what we saw at the end of half number 1.
I mean, I think you have to keep going to Nas Cox and really just play to your strengths, because if you don't play to your strengths and you're trying to do too much, that's how you're going to create turnovers and ultimately lose this game.
I formation look here for Boucher. He has Cabral behind him, and based on the blocking scheme, it most likely goes to him. I'm proven wrong. Nas Cox on the sweep handoff, and he will get about 5.
Tackled by number 14, Brendan McDonald.
Brendan McDonald on the tackle all over the field tonight is number 14. Bears offense back to the line. 2nd down and 5.
Tight end.
Nas Cox in motion to the right side now. 2 receivers right for Boucher as he sets up in the eye. Boucher now brings Cox back left. Handoff going to Santos. Shakes the first tackle. And it looks like they called Santos down on that first tackle, even though I thought he shaked it. And now the Voc Tech bench, especially all that coaching staff over there, very unhappy with that call, Carter.
Very bizarre call. He was definitely not down, but in a Somerset, they're lucky that was not broken off for a big run.
Lucky indeed. based on the spot of the ball, will stay at about the same location. Second down, moving to third and 5. Unless the pleads from the Volk bench make any difference in the decision-making of the officials, which it seems there will not be any swaying to be had. 7:05 remaining. Volk running out of time, down by 9. Boucher, I formation, 2 running backs behind him. Cox in motion to the left. Boucher, the handoff to Santos. Hayden Santos dragged backwards by a combination of Finn Crook and Hayden Teasdale.
Hayden Santos. Tackle again made by Hayden Teasdale.
Hey.
6 minutes, 40 seconds and counting. New Bedford Folks offense facing a 4th down and 2.
Coach, we have in the backfield. What's that spot? Look! No way.
Gain of 3 yards on the last carry from Santos. 4th down and 2.
4th down and 2 coming here. Somerset Berkley coach is now questioning spots. But nonetheless, a big play coming. Let's see if the defense can hold. Crowd getting loud. Snap to Boucher. It's a high one. He runs left. Boucher sliding for the first down. Great pocket awareness there by Nick Boucher.
Great way to find the hole and great way to protect yourself from the hit. You don't want to be taking huge hits, especially at the end of the game. You need to be fresh and ready for the rest of the game.
1st and 10 from the Bears' 45-yard line.
Bears on the move, 1st and 10 at their 45. Boucher now in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers right and 1 left with a running back in the backfield. Boucher takes the snap. It's a bull rush blitz. Tries to get it up to Cabral, and it's incomplete.
Intended for number 11, Harrison Cabral. Pressure coming in from number 70, Kyle Hamblett.
Kyle Hamblett among those who pressured Nick Boucher on that play.
2nd down and 10.
Less than 5.5 to play, and Somerset Berkley nearly had New Bedford Volk finished on that 4th down play, but Nick Boucher kept it alive. Now Boucher looking to do more on this 2nd down play. Carter, who do you think he'll be looking for on this play?
I would assume Nas Cox, but also his running back, Harrison Cabral, could also be a factor in the passing game.
We've seen them attempt already. A fumbled snap and landing on top of it once again is Boucher. That's the 2nd botched snap in this game for the New Bedford Volk offense.
But once again, nice job by Nick Boucher to get on top of that ball, because if that's a turnover there, I mean, that's a huge play for the Somerset Berkley defense.
22-13 Raiders. A 9-point lead as we dwindle down towards the end of this contest here at Hanson Memorial Stadium. 3 receivers left and 1 right this time for Boucher. He takes the snap and with the left arm throws deep, looking for Nas Cox, and it is incomplete, but a flag coming in. Finn Crook had his hand on the jersey of Cox, and it was pretty obvious even from up here, Carter. That is a tough go for Crook on that one.
I mean, that was a great release by Nas Cox to get open there, and Nick Boucher, pretty decent throw. If he wasn't held, that could have been a house call.
First down, it's a 10-yard penalty.
Flag is a pass interference against Somerset Berkley. 1st down for Greater New Bedford.
New Bedford Volk benefiting from some Raider mishaps, and all of a sudden they're well within striking distance of a score that could bring them back within 2 or 3. And as I've said, we talked about it earlier, Carter, even you said it, the mistakes need to be limited, especially late in the game like this. Not a mistake you want to have, but plenty of room for redemption. Still 4:42 to play. Boucher takes the snap, fakes the throw, and play whistle dead. Looks like it'll be an offside call on the defense, at least at first glance.
Flag is against Somerset
And that is the case.
The flag was an encroachment penalty.
It was encroachment on the defense. Adds a little bit of extra help on this drive for New Bedford Volk. Now a 1st and 5 coming up.
Coach Fraser's probably telling his players right now, don't get too flustered. Don't make too many mistakes.
Got to find that balance of calm, collected, but also fired up. Boucher looking to throw again over the middle. It's caught, moving with some space, and finally dragged down inside the 30-yard line for the Bears once again is number 9, Aiden Nagara.
Gain of 11 yards on the play, 1st and 10 from the 28.
Nagara making a name for himself on the receiving end, trying to go catch for catch with wide receiver 1, Nas Cox. Handoff this time to the right, it's Cabral. Cabral bouncing off one tackle, trying to get inside the 20, but pushed back. And he is stopped at the 24 of the Raiders.
Tackle by
Now it's crunch time for the Volk Bear offense, and they really need to get to stop this clock because this clock is running down fast, and they don't have a lot of time to get back in this game.
Perhaps Justin Cruz trying to hold on to those timeouts, anticipating maybe one more drive after this, but we will see. Only time will tell. Boucher takes the snap, looking right for Cox, way over his head, even far over the head and maybe 5 feet out of the reach of Brendan McDonald. So
number 14, Brendan McDonald in defensive coverage.
A 3rd down about to come. Right now, the ball spotted at the 24-yard line of Somerset Berkley. Nick Boucher
24-yard line, 3rd down
with his team down by 2 scores. In desperate need of a big play here to make their chances greater of grabbing that first win against the Raiders in more than 10 years. Boucher takes the snap, once again looking for Cox, and he caught it! Touchdown, Bears!
Number 6, Nas Cox on the reception.
Nas Cox's 2nd touchdown catch of the evening. And this game is far from over, Carter.
Absolutely, and if Volk can get a stop here, I mean, it's looking like Somerset Berkley needs to step up their game.
The Raiders' defense has been kept on their heels here in the second half. And with the extra point forthcoming, should the Bears make it, it will be a 2-point game, but it looks like at first they were discussing maybe going for 2. Now they're going to kick it and look for the 2-point deficit. Kick is on the way, it is blocked! The Raiders block it!
Blocked and no good.
So Somerset Berkley makes it a 3-point game after blocking that extra point attempt. So now, if you're Justin Cruz, it's all about this next stop, Carter.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna need to get a huge stop here, but a great block on that extra point, and now they have to get a field goal to at least tie the game.
And before we can even think about field goal, Carter, they got to get the Somerset Berkley offense off the field, which, if I have to say, it's really been more common for the New Bedford Volk defense in the second half to be able to get these Raiders off the field on the offensive end.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna need some big stops, and they're gonna need the stuff runs. They're gonna need to get good coverage. It just needs to be an all-around effort by the Volk defense.
Both teams getting a chance to catch their breath and discuss some things with their coaches. 3 minutes and 31 seconds remaining, a 22-19 Somerset Berkley lead as New Bedford Volk has stormed back with yet another methodical drive that ended with a pitch and catch between Nick Boucher and his wide receiver 1 in Nas Cox.
Until they break the huddle.
Back to receive the kick for the Raiders is Brendan McDonald. That's no surprise. And for this nearly packed house crowd tonight, at least in terms of the bleachers, Carter, they have gotten a true show.
Yeah, I mean, great. A lot of people that come out here. It's a great showing.
And it's a chop kick that Finn Bjork picks up, and you can forget about Finn Bjork. Touchdown, Raiders. Carter, that one kind of caught us off guard. What do you think happened there?
I mean, it's just a lapse in the tackling by the Vogue special teams. That's a really tough break for them.
My assumption has to be that Vogue went for the onside kick there, and it just did not work out the way they wanted to. At first, I thought maybe the kicker maybe just misstepped on that kick, but now that I'm thinking about it, 3 minutes, 22 seconds left, probably looked like an onside kick to me that Bjork was just ready for, and he took it to the house for 6.
I mean, and there was also a lot of ball watching by the Vogue defense. They were not ready. They were not expecting for Finn Bjork to return that.
Nonetheless, after that Bjork return, Somerset Berkley can put this game to bed with the extra point and make it a 10-point advantage in their favor. But it looks like they're going to go for 2 to add extra on top. McDonald looking to throw into the end zone. It was ricocheted and almost caught by Finn Bjork, but incomplete. But there is a flag on the play, so let's see if that gives the Raiders one more chance. Looks like it was not, so
the flag will be declined. So the score with 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go in regulation is Somerset Berkley 28 and Greater New Bedford 19.
28-19 Raiders back to a 9-point lead. But Carter, based on the performance by the Greater New Bedford Vogue Tech offense on that last drive, no lead is safe against this Bears squad.
Oh no, this is football. Anything could happen. Any one play could change the whole game entirely. And let's see what this Vogue offense can do.
Finn Bjork, who took the last kickoff to the house, is now going to kick it off for the Somerset Berkley Raiders. 3 minutes, 22 seconds left in this South Coast Conference contest that has been everything that we could have dreamed for tonight here in Somerset.
Out to kick it off is number 22, Finn Bjork.
And Carter, while we have some time, you and I were talking even before we had any knowledge that we were going to end up doing this game. Somerset Berkley really has a squad this year that could compete with the best of the best in the state of Massachusetts.
I mean, as we saw in the first game against Hanover.
And before we talk more about that, another great kick return.
Number 30, Brian Antunes.
Brian Antunes, man, oh man, he must have had some sort of motivational speech or epiphany moment in the locker room at halftime, because he is a completely different kick returner in the second half.
I mean, I think he got a wake-up call by his team and the coach, and he's really showing how good he is in the second half.
My, oh my, Antunes brings it across to the Raiders side of the field, so the Bears will start in Raider territory. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line of the Raiders. Boucher in the shotgun formation, 2 left and 1 right for the receivers. He looks to throw, and Nas Cox cannot gather that one on the far sideline. It's incomplete.
Great coverage there by Brendan McDonald, and they're going to need to be able to convert these passes, or this game is over.
McDonald in defensive coverage. 2nd down and 10.
2nd down and 10 coming up. Boucher, I'm sure that will not be the last time he'll look Nas Cox's direction in this one. Heck, it might even be on this play that he looks to him again. Let's see what happens. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers right and 2 left. Boucher takes the snap, looking to throw, and play whistle dead. It'll be a false start on the offense. Carter, Somerset Berkley had some mistakes on their last offensive drive. Now it seems the Yips coming back to bite the Bears as well.
I mean, what you call that as a drive killer, it's really unfortunate, but let's see what they can do to come back from this deficit.
Ball is backed up to the Raider 49-yard line, 2nd down and 15.
2nd down and 15 from now the Raider 49-yard line, so just in front of midfield. Boucher shotgun, empty backfield, takes the snap, looking to throw over the middle, caught! And that'll be about a 3/4 chunk cut off of that long play. And now only 5,
Brody Phillips.
maybe 4.5 yards to get the first down. Brody Phillips on the tackle.
And the tackle on the other side.
Gain of 11 yards on
It was
the play.
Noguera on the reception.
Yes, handball on the tackle and have Finn outside.
Boucher empties the backfield again, takes the snap. Boucher running left, bounces off one tackle, but Kyle Hamlet makes sure the second one is true.
Great play by Kyle Hamlet there, and this is really his first real year as a defensive player, and he's really shined in his new role.
Shining indeed is Kyle Hamlet, much like his brother Keegan Hamlet and his father, who leads the fan section as
On
well.
the field by Greater New Bedford with 2 minutes and 9 seconds to go in regulation.
2 minutes and 9 seconds left, and as you heard Keegan say, hopefully, I mean, I can hear it. It's loud up here at least. We will take a short break on Somerset Access TV on the mic. We'll see you after this timeout. Jojo Sylvia and Carter Sylvia with you.
Greater New Bedford. Gain of 1 yard on that last play. 4th down and 3.
Out of the timeout, 4th down and 3 forthcoming for the Bears. And once again, Carter, the Bears facing a 4th down. Let's see if they can once more find a way to grab the first. 2 receivers right, 1 left. One of those receivers cutting back to the left. Boucher at the QB keep will be close. This one's going to come down to splitting hairs.
Our guy has it short.
Number 22, Finn Bjork on the stop.
They're going to measure that.
They're going to have to measure
That's short, baby.
this one. Stop was made by Bjork.
Short.
Right now the refs trying to see if it's short or not. Finn Bjork even sprawled out on the field there trying to see if this one was indeed held for the turnover on downs or if they got the first. This is going to be a very, very close call, and let's all collectively hold our breath here and see what that call is.
Ugly and see on the ball. Maybe you would change. What is the... Oh.
Flag thrown while they were making the measurements might have been Boucher. And it is short. So the Raiders defense holds, and it will be
But there is a flag on the field.
most likely a turnover on downs. Flag on the field. They're going to call a personal foul against Volk.
Against Greater New Bedford.
So once again, Somerset Berkley's defense was tested, but stood tall.
Yeah, and I think Coach Fraser after this game is to be very proud of his defense, and they'll be able to carry on this momentum into the next game.
Now it's time to play clock killer for the Raiders. And as a special treat, I would like to hand the mic over to my cousin, Carter Sylvia, take us on play-by-play the rest of the way.
Don't talk to the officials. I know. Yeah, don't say anything to the referee. That goes from the head down.
Brendan McDowell in the huddle, waiting for the call.
JD, get in the huddle.
As the Raiders get set, Jaden Madeira is ready to snap the ball. It's time to kill this clock, and let's see if the Raiders can get this win. In the wing T formation, number 14, Brendan McDowell, ready for the snap. Snap the ball. That's off the Finn Crook down the outside, and tackled by Harrison Cabral. And that is a great play. And that could really be a good, and that could be a really good momentum going into Vokes' next game.
No, indeed, Carter. You really have to think, even in moments like these where you know the game is lost, players like Cabral can still kind of build themselves up in terms of confidence and experience going into the next contest for sure.
Yeah, and so for Somerset Berkley, this is really just about killing this clock and ultimately not get players getting hurt.
Hurt indeed, and also just avoid those turnovers as well, which we've talked about.
Run it. Come on.
Snap to McDonald. Yeah, he runs to the outside, bounces it back to the outside, and he's off the races, and that's a great pickup by Brendan McDonald,
14,
and that should be the game.
Maybe a player or two more in here, but most definitely, Carter, it looks like Justin Cruz is not going to use his timeouts. What a performance by the Raiders today. And I must say, Carter, your first time in the booth, what a performance for you.
I've really enjoyed it, and thank you for having me.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine.
Go film the news.
Clock will tick down. JJ Sylvia back with you to finish us off. This is a huge conference victory for Somerset Berkley in a year that could see them competing with the best of the best in Massachusetts. Brendan McDonald will take the knee. Somerset Berkley will improve to 4-1 on the season, while Greater New Bedford Vogue will drop to 3-2. Couple of touchdowns for Brendan McDonald and a couple of big plays by Finn Bjork on both sides of the ball are really the highlights of this one. Carter, any final thoughts before we head out tonight?
Great game by both teams, and let's see how Somerset Berkley can carry themselves out for the rest of the season.
A lot of big tests coming up for the Raiders, but that's all for us tonight. I'm JJ Sylvia for my partner Carter Sylvia and our entire crew at Somerset Access TV. We wish you a good rest of your Friday night. Thanks for